Hello, everybody. It's Friday, July 2nd. I think we're halfway through the year. I think it's about close to halfway. I guess. Yeah, this is the seventh month of the year, so we're halfway through this year. And so far, what a year! I've changed a lot of things. I'm learning new things, as always. I'm always trying to broaden my education when it comes to working out, nutrition. I'm no expert, and I'm not gonna pay somebody hundreds of dollars to teach me something I can learn on my own with a lot of information, as long as you're willing to do the research to look for it. There's a lot of things been happening in the news lately. Death, destruction, murders, especially here in New Orleans. You can tell around the country that things are starting to open up now. There's a lot more unnecessary violence. I am one that doesn't condone violence. Years and years ago, I didn't think the way I think now. I don't condone violence. Sometimes, yes, it is necessary to protect yourself when it comes to violence, but like just violence in general. A lot of people doesn't know about me. I used to study criminal justice. I used to want to be a criminal profiler. So I'm very big on a lot of unsolved crimes and murders. It's a passion of mine, and I need to start delving more into research about that. Things like that, things that I would really like to see happen, because regardless of how people feel, nobody deserves to be killed or murdered or marred or beat up or hurt. It's not something that, I used to have a real wicked thing about that. I used to think beat up somebody, it would solve your problems. It won't, because you beat somebody up, then they're gonna have somebody that's going to revenge to come after you, and it's just a circle that never closes. The circle of violence just gets bigger and bigger, and then it just hurts more and more people. So I want to talk about things like that, further in my education. People don't treat people like humans these days anymore, or just like individuals. People is quick to look at gender and sex and race and religion. It really just it needs to stop. But it won't. Even when my time on earth is over, it'll still be somewhat that way. People will still judge people for some reason or another by either how much they got, how much they don't have, what they look like, what they wear. It's never going to change. It'll always be around. For every generation will have that. It might get smaller, but yeah, there's a lot of violence, a lot of violence that's unnecessarily not. It's uncalled for. And I'm not saying that anybody's right or wrong, because I don't have stories to talk about, but there's destruction and murder and catastrophes going on in the world. Just the one in Florida with that collapse, 159 people unaccounted for, 4 people dead. That's a catastrophe that could have been avoided. Things like that could be avoided in this world if people would just do their due diligence. But we all know they got people in this world that don't give a damn. As long as they collect a paycheck for their rent, they don't care about the building. And as sad as it sounds, bullshit, but it's human nature. Not nature, but how some people care and act. But one thing I never talked about is I have a thing when it comes to murder and violence and studying criminal justice. The reason why I wanted to be a criminal profiler is because of serial killer aspect, and it's not about how many they murdered to me. It's not about things like that. My knowledge, I want to know what drove them to their first murder. It's more of a psychological aspect of what I am interested in. And a lot of things I'm also interested in when it comes to crime is like cold case files, try to help find clues, that because it could never hurt to look into something and maybe get some information, because people do deserve answers of what happens to their loved one. I don't care what anybody says. People when George Floyd got sentenced, they had some people like, oh well, his mom says she loves him. Well, that's his mom. If she still loves him even after what he did, Derek Chauvin. I don't know what I said. Oh, I said George Floyd. I meant to say Derek Chauvin sentencing. His mom spoke up, and some people criticize her. Well, how can you love your son if he's a murderer? You shouldn't have to question her love. That's her love. That's her. She loves her son, and you shouldn't judge her for it. I'm sure serial killers like John Wayne Gacy and Jeffrey Dahmer, I'm sure their mom still loved them. I mean, what can you say? But yeah, I really am very intrigued when it comes to criminal cases, and I'm gonna try to start talking about more about that. Like I might try to bring one case a week to my channel that I want to talk about. That's either a month old or 3 years old. It just because there's a lot of them out there, and I have enough shows that I've watched, that I've seen. If you look at my DVR right now, I probably got like 20 or 30 episodes of different shows like Dateline and 24 Hours and 2020, just because it's stuff like that intrigues me, because they have cases that really hits close to home. Now, I can't say that. I've had one family member, I wasn't close to him, but I did have a family member a few years ago that was murdered. I didn't know him, but it was a senseless murder. And his brother died about a year before that, and then a year and a half after that, their father took their life. So, I've experienced a little bit of that. I wasn't close to him, but it's still tragic to have something like that happen, and senseless murder like that. But if anybody out there and that watches my videos, I really like to have opinions, feedback, topics. Interact with us. That's what this channel's for. To speak and interact with everybody that's out there. I mean, don't be afraid to comment, ask questions, emails, things like that about anything. Ask us questions, ask me questions. We're not afraid to open up and answer. And if the question is too personal, we will not answer it, and we will let you know. And we will let you know in a nice, friendly, positive way. We're not going to be rude about it. We're not going to be ugly about it, because as my wife Kay has pointed out to me numerous times, how you say things matter, and I have been working on trying to learn to say things to better understand how they come out and they come across things I say, because I am known to have a bad habit of saying things without thinking. And the shoe was on the other foot the other day when I had brought up a topic to her, and she said something to me and I took it the wrong way. So yes, how you say things and how you come across can change the dynamic of things that we say and actions as well. So don't be afraid to reach out, click like, subscribe, share. We have a store. She's probably going to put the link somewhere in here. I am not the technical person. She's the one that handles all of that. I don't think my brain can think like that, because I can't focus on technology. So I let her handle all of the links, and she has a better understanding than me. I'm just the normal guy that just records a video, says what I feel. So this weekend is July 4th. Y'all have some good food, good fun. I'll probably get some barbecue. If not, oh well. I'm not going to cry, because it is what it is. So I'm gonna sign off. Y'all have an awesome weekend. Don't drink too much. Don't drink and drive. If you get too drunk, have somebody else drive you home.